I went to Wellesley College undergraduate. And then after that, I took a year off and then I went to the University of Chicago for graduate school. I honestly wasn't sure kind of what way to go. I double majored in Wellesley, so I was both a music major and a religion major. And I chose the University of Chicago for a couple of reasons. One, they gave me a lot of money to go there. I got a huge 5-year fellowship to go to the University of Chicago. And I didn't know if I wanted to pursue music full time or if I wanted to get a degree in religion. And by that, I don't mean I wanted to become a minister of a church and a pastor. I was really interested in like the history of Buddhism. And so I wanted to study Sanskrit and really read like the Rig Veda and all the Vedic literature and all of that and study Buddhism and all of that. And so I was really fascinated with all that. And so I think while I was at the University of Chicago, it was such an amazing institution for both of those disciplines, academic music as well as the study of religion. And so I was really blessed to have both of those at my disposal. And so I'll say the thing that I think has been the most influential thing that I learned there was while I was, studying conducting and learning to conduct. For your listeners, one of the things that, conductors need to do, we need to be able to read all of the different instruments, and they're not all written the same way. There's different clefs, there's different what we call transpositions, which means on the 5 notes of the staff, middle C could be anywhere of one of those lines. And so you just have to know for which instrument where is middle C. And so as a pianist, which is my instrument, middle C was always something that was kind of fixed in place and time and immovable as such. And so then having to unfix middle C, as it were, and forcing that sort of flexibility of perception always became sort of intertwined with the Buddhist idea of the illusion of form and to not fall for what you see in the real world, that just because something that you see, it may actually function as something other than what's immediately apparent. And so being able to look beyond, say, the cover of the book in order to discover what's really lying underneath or what's really inside kind of goes hand in hand for me with the idea of where is middle C. It's kind of this floating concept. And it kind of always, you have to reorient your perspective in order to understand what everybody's doing. And so I think that was a very, a kind of a visceral understanding of a really kind of a strange sort of religious philosophical concept, but also a very real musical, practical need.